Good morning, day 176, cooking down the freezer, refrigerator, and working pantry challenge. So today is cooler, it's only in the 70s, and we might get some more rain. I don't know, time will tell, but my garden is loving it. Yesterday it rained off and on all day, so I don't have to water today, which is nice. I don't know if I'm going to get any decluttering or much cooking done today because I have to take my mom to the dentist. And, but we'll see. Maybe I can get a little something done. I don't do well when I have places to go. I don't do well with multitasking other things. So, and this is in the middle of the day, so I won't feel like doing anything when I get home, and getting involved in a project before I go somewhere isn't my thing either. So anyway, this coffee here is like at a trickle. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, that's a little better. I refilled my own coffee pod this morning. I've been using like a cheaper pre-made coffee pods that I think were good. I need to get some more of those, but I'm not going shopping right now. So anyway, back to my refill my own coffee pods, which is good, because I do like the Folgers hazelnut coffee. I have the decaf, and I've been drinking that for years, and that's really good. All right, well, we'll see pretty soon what's for breakfast, day 176, and we'll see what the day brings. How's your garden going, if you're growing one? Good? Not very good? Is your weather too hot? Is your weather too cold? I know some of you in California are saying it's really super hot. So let me know in the comments below. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Let's see what's to eat. Breakfast, day 176. Well, I have this Impossible sausage. I have these potatoes. I'm going to make some potato salad this morning because this afternoon I won't be home. I think for breakfast I'm going to have this sausage and I'll have one egg. I still have eggs, but I'm using them up pretty quick. So I see a shopping trip sometime in my future, but not yet. I'm going to have some American cheese. I still have cheese. And I'm going to have a cheese and egg and sausage sandwich this morning. And then I'm thinking for another meal, I want to finish up this Impossible sausage. There's 2 of them in there yet, and I'm thinking about taking out this naan bread and putting that in the fridge, and then making some sort of sausage and mushroom, maybe onion pizza. All right, so those will be a few more things out of my freezer. And I will meet you at the stove. All right, I have my bread toasted. I put some mayo on. I have some American cheese and my Impossible sausage. And in here I have my egg cooking. So that will be my breakfast for this morning. And then I'm going to make my potato salad. So I'll be back once I get my sandwich put together. Okay, my egg is done. I really like this thing for cooking eggs. I've said that before, but it does a fantastic job. Not much cleanup, and it works great. All right, egg is done, sausage is done, and it's hot. So anyway, this is my breakfast. Day 176. Let's make some potato salad. Okay, the sandwich was delicious. Still have some coffee. Cheers. All right, let's make some potato salad. So I already salted these with some homemade celery salt, and I make this just by putting salt and dried celery, usually the leaves that I have left over. I dehydrate them, grind them up, and put them in with salt. Alright, so celery salt is on here already. And I'm going to add some dill relish. I really like dill relish because I don't have to chop up pickles. So I'm going to put some of that in there. Pickle string. And I also have some dill mustard. Regular mustard, any kind of mustard. Dijon, yellow, whatever mustard you like. I always put mustard in my potato salad. So I'm going to put a good squirt of that in. Maybe about a teaspoon. Depends on how many potatoes you have. And this was like 3 potatoes that I steamed the other day. And then I'm going to add a good blob of mayo. I don't like it to swim in the mayo, but I do like it, you know, creamy. And here I have about 1/4 of a chopped up onion. If you don't like onion, leave it out. Really, with anything, you can leave ingredients out, add ingredients you like. You know, any recipe is flexible. And the more you cook, the more you'll learn that what goes together and what flavors you like. So, okay, I'm stirring with a knife because I might need to use the spoon again. And that's it. It's just a very simple potato salad. You can add an egg to it, a chopped up egg if you like. You can put bacon in it, fakin' bacon or no bacon or regular bacon. Whatever you like. Celery, carrots, chopped up. Potato salad is like pasta salad. You can add whatever you want. Alright. I'm going to add just a touch more mayo, not much. Just a touch more. then I'm going to give it a taste. See if it needs more salt. I'm going to add some pepper to this too. My pepper shaker that I can't seem to use up. I think what happens is the little peppercorns just jump around in there and they don't really get ground up. But this top doesn't unscrew, so I'm doing my best to use up the peppercorns. Yep, that's what happens. They just jump around in there. Okay, so this will be for a future meal. I don't know if I'm going to have dinner here tonight or have dinner with my mother after her appointment. I'm not sure. But I certainly have plenty of choices if I do eat here. So I'm going to give this a taste. And potato salad always tastes better after it's been sitting for a few hours, in my opinion. Yep, that's good. All right, this is going in the fridge. And I'll be back later. Okay, well, microphone is off, and it's the same as microphone number 1. So that's disappointing, so I'll wait until microphone number 3 comes, and then if that does the same thing, I'll have to assume it's my phone, which could be, because this is an older phone. It's an LG 4, and I've probably had it, 3 or 4 years. And it works perfectly fine, so I'm not planning on getting another new phone anytime soon. Because it's like my car. I don't have to get a new car every 3 years. I don't have to get a phone every year or 2. If something's working, then I really keep using it until it doesn't work anymore. One of the things that's approaching that point is my computer, and I think my computer is probably about 7 years old. It's a laptop, and I used to record my videos on it, but I got to the point where I was so frustrated with it, I started using my phone because it took forever to upload videos. I'm talking about an hour or 2. And to edit them was really difficult. So I started recording videos on my phone, and I use KineMaster as my editor, which is really, really easy to use. So far that works. So if any of you have ambitions of starting your own YouTube channel, you might want to try those 2 things because they're so easy to use. So I've started to use my project book, and I think that's going to work out really well because as I'm writing down the projects that I have to do in each room, it keeps me focused on what still needs to be done, and it's very satisfying checking off things on that to-do list. So it really keeps me motivated to keep going. Now today I'm not going to declutter anything because of the time frame. And when I go to my mom's, it takes me a half an hour to get there. It's not that she lives that far away, but with the traffic and the lights and everything, it takes me a half an hour to get there, it takes me a half an hour to get back, and then of course we always want to do a little visit. So it's not a visit, it's not something I can do in an hour or 2. It's usually 3 or 4 hours
when I go visit. And I try and visit my mom once a week anyway, because of her age, and she's really getting to the point where she needs more help. She can't handle a lot of different projects all at once. And when I look at my mom, if I'm blessed to live that long, I sort of am looking at future me. So that motivates me to get all this stuff done, because I know once I get to that point, I'm not going to be able to. And I really don't want to leave it all to my kids. And if you have the thought in your head of, oh, I'm going to save this for my children, it's probably not the best action plan, because I know my kids don't want my stuff. I mean, they do come over, they call this Mom Mart, and they'll call me and say, Mom, do you have this? Mom, do you have that? Because they know I have a lot of newer stuff and, things that maybe they could use. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about my dishes and my table linens and my clothes and my tchotchkes and those sorts of things. My kids don't want those. They don't want my kitchen appliances, even though my daughter is using several of mine right now, because her stove and oven are not connected yet in her house. But she has made it very clear that she doesn't want to keep them. So I'm glad I had the stuff to help her out, but I'm to a point now where I don't usually even ask. I mean, unless it's something to do yard work or a tool, like maybe a power tool or something. I don't even ask, do you want these dishes? Do you want this? Do you want that? I have it in my mind now that it can benefit somebody else. Because everybody has their own taste. And I know when I was a young woman, I wanted my own things with my own taste, and, not necessarily somebody's hand-me-downs all the time. So that's the frame of mind I'm in, and it's definitely making it much, much easier to get rid of things, because I don't have to hang on to them and wait for somebody to come over and look at them, and it's just okay, it's in the donation box and out it goes. So I think I'm going to order my donation people again. I have to go online and see what their next pickup date is. I think it's in a couple weeks. So, and I know I can get more stuff ready for them. So in between the decluttering and the getting rid of things, and I don't even know if decluttering is the right word. It's more simplifying, I think, is a better word. Because a lot of what I have isn't really, it's not junk, and it's actually really good stuff. A lot of it is pretty new. But seeing what I have without getting rid of too much really keeps me out of the stores. And as a reformed, self-diagnosed shopaholic, doesn't take much to diagnose that problem, it really, really keeps me on the straight and narrow. Not that I never go off on a toot. Honestly, I do, but not very often. I find that if I stay out of the stores, if I ask myself, do I want to take care of this thing? Do I want to dust it? Do I want to find a home for it? Or just plain, yeah, this is cool, but I don't need it. I'm pretty good now without just buying things, because I realize now it's way harder to get rid of stuff than to acquire it. So, I mean, it's even that way with food. It's way easier to buy the food than to eat it up. I mean, that's taking me forever. I'm going on 6 months now. That's a long time. And not that I didn't buy anything, you know, I'm not going to say that, but I bought really very little in that 6-month time frame. So I'm feeling really good about cooking down the freezer and the pantry, and without totally undoing my stash. I don't want to do that, because I think, you know, we still all need food security, and all you hear is, oh, we're going to have a shortage of this and a shortage of that and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, a little food security is a good thing. But like I was saying, I feel really good about what I'm doing here. I haven't regretted getting rid of anything in particular. Usually once it's gone, I forget about it, just the way I forgot about it when it was in my cupboard. You know, if I don't remember I have it or that I had it, I don't dwell on it. You know, it's like, yes, no, all right, in the box, out it goes. So I'm not sitting and thinking about it all the time. So anyway, that's my big plan in the year of reasonable. I want to have a reasonable amount of food. I want to have a reasonable amount of stuff in my home, and a reasonable amount of hobbies that I like to do. So as far as my hobbies go, that stuff that I've accumulated, I had my own little jewelry and art business for a few years, and I made my own jewelry. I did glass jewelry, and I still have all that equipment. I have a kiln. I have a lot of beads, and I don't want to get rid of that, because I'm thinking once all this process is done with my home, that I might actually have the time to return to that, and you know, at my own pleasure, just sort of make more jewelry and do some more painting. But I'm not there yet, because in the back of my mind, I have this little nag that lives there that keeps saying, you really should be doing your decluttering, or whatever else she tells me to do. She's very annoying. But anyway, so I'm hoping that down the road I'll have time to do some of those things. And of course the gardening, you know, that's a seasonal thing, but for me it's also going to be happening now in the colder months, because I bought the Arrow Garden-ish planters. So I want to eat up the rest of my lettuce and things and turn that off for now, because I don't want to maintain an indoor hydroponic garden right now and an outdoor garden. It's too much. But things like that I'll keep. So, and of course my food stash, that I need to organize yet. Usually what I do when I buy things, I have a lot of buckets that I got at Walmart for $1 or $2. If you go in their bakery department and ask them for buckets, you can buy buckets really cheap there with lids. And so usually what I've been doing when I buy something for the long-term stash, whatever I buy, I just put in one bucket. But that's kind of a little bit disorganized, because then I have to look through all the buckets when I want to get some rice or some beans. So I want to put like with like. And that's what I'm doing in my house here too. I'm putting like with like. All my cleaning products and things, I want to put those all together in one place, and then just have a few bottles of Windex or whatever in each bathroom or whatever. But the main portion of it, I want to put like with like, because when I go through my house and I find, oh, I've got this there and I've got the same thing over there, and then I go to the store and I buy it again. So I don't want to continue to do that, and I haven't actually done that in quite a while. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about those few random things, what I'm doing, and it's making me happy because it's keeping me on task and it's keeping me reasonable, and so far for me it's working. So what are some of the projects that you guys are working on? Let us know in the comments below, because some of us might not think about it, and you might have a great idea that you'd like to share. And we like to have new ideas. All right, I don't know if I'll be back for dinner. I might come back on and just wrap it up, but for now, that's all I have. So I'll see you in a little bit. So my mom and I ended up having a nice dinner at Olive Garden. She wanted to go there. She always enjoys that. So I got the eggplant parmesan, which is always good. And then we also got the $6 take-home pasta. So I have plenty of pasta meals now for at least 2 or 3 days. So, which is nice. Then I won't have to cook. I'll just go about my decluttering, and when I'm hungry, I'll just heat up my dinner. All right, so I think sometimes when you go out to eat, if you choose restaurants where you get a lot of food so that you can make more than one meal out of it, it's not such a bad deal. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.